Facebook to digitally train 5,000 young women from tribal districts. Facebook on Wednesday announced the second phase of its goal program, under which it aims to digitally mentor 5,000 young women from tribal-dominated districts across India. The goal program will provide economically and socially marginalized young women with the tools and guidance they need to succeed. Tribal Affairs Minister Arjun Munda said. Goal's first phase was launched in March 2019. Ex-Google worker startup gets approval to launch 150 satellites. Former Google engineer Sara Spangelo-led aerospace startup Swarm Technologies has received approval to launch its planned constellation of 150 Internet satellites by U.S. agency FCC. Swarm has appropriately addressed Elon Musk-led SpaceX's concerns that it hadn't properly considered its orbital debris footprint. FCC stated. SpaceX had also alleged that Swarm's satellites might be a risk to ISS. 10-year-old malware found sending 30,000 sextortion emails, and now a cybersecurity firm Check Point has said that an over 10-year-old malware is sending 30,000 sextortion emails per hour after taking over people's inboxes. The idea behind sextortion is simple. An email demands blackmail payment, threatening to expose sexual content relating to the recipient, security researchers said. Each spam campaign can cover up to 2.7 crore potential victims. They added. Lebanon scraps tax on WhatsApp calls amid violent protests. Lebanon has scrapped the tax on internet calls made through Facebook-owned WhatsApp and other similar apps hours after announcing it. Amid violent protests between security forces and protesters, thousands of Lebanese have taken to the streets amid an economic crisis blamed on the government. Under the intended revenue-raising measure, the Lebanese Republic had planned a daily tax of 20 cents. Intel says will publicly share its race and gender pay gap data. Intel has announced that it'll also publicly share the payroll data that's required to be shared with the U.S. government under a program to identify race and gender pay gap. Notably, Intel recently reached an agreement with the U.S. Labor Department to pay $5 million over pay discrimination toward minorities. It asserted that it reached global pay equity in January.